yeet is what I have to say to introduce this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the KEWL Wrestling Podcast. After a 2-week delay, I am your host, the Hash Brown Kid. With me, as always, is Big Cactus and Bigger Ray.
I wish
Dolphin.
I had a clever intro, but I don't.
Yeah.
Was mine really that clever?
No, fuck
Yeah,
you.
but you screeched, and I didn't feel like screeching.
Ray's just enjoying himself.
Yeah.
Well, you better stop that.
So, gentlemen, we are back after 2 weeks. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
None of you give me anything to work off of, you know that?
I'm
Both
sorry.
of you are fucking useless.
I'm
You're
ready
welcome.
to die in a fucking hurricane.
Fuck
Woo!
yeah!
Woo!
Woo! Alright. So that can only mean one thing. That means that we're going to cover 4 shows. Roughly.
Like three and a quarter.
3 in a match.
3 in a match.
Alright, so let's get it started. In Ha. Let's get it started in Her.
Shut
As
the
we
fuck
go
up.
on, as we travel to Japan, the glorious Nippon, for the first of the GCW Freedoms BJW kind of co-shows, as we go to Worst Behavior 2019. Kicking the kickoff Worst Behavior 2019 with Tony Deppen taking on the great Sasuke.
Is it Sasuke or is it Sasuke?
See, I've always wanted to pronounce it Sasuke, but when the Japanese woman said Sasuke, I kind of wanted to believe her.
Yeah, but they also just pronounce like every syllable when they announce these names.
Well, for now
You know what
on,
I mean?
I'm going to call him Jimmy Royd, so I agree with the Japanese woman.
All right.
Yeah, but no, they have a fucking, like, especially with the English names, they have a tendency to add vowels and stuff.
I don't know. Tony Deppen had a pretty decent introduction.
I don't know, I wasn't...
He's the great something, okay?
Great Sasuke, great Sasuke, whatever you want to call it. One of the first WWF light heavyweight champions took on the man from the sweetest place in the world, but the biggest asshole. We kick off the match with a force bitch slap.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, not that he forced a bitch slap. He used the force to bitch slap Tony Deppen.
Yeah, Great Sasuke has mind control powers, and it is a very unique thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think someone with the ability to manipulate, just stuff like that, he'd use it more than just an opening spot.
Well, he doesn't want to overuse it. Maybe it, like, takes a lot out of him.
Makes sense.
So what
I
I've noticed as far as Sasuke matches are concerned, he does the same nip-up spot every time.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah,
Or
where he,
he'll-
like, kips up
No.
and then, like, lands in yoga position.
In that Buddhist meditation position.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool because it matches whatever the hell he's trying to go with, coming out with his little bowl and his Buddhist robes and his afro.
Yeah, Saucy G, which is what I'm going to call him from now on. Saucy G is just the reincarnation of Buddha.
I prithee you stop that. I demand you never call him that again in my presence.
Well, I'm just talking about Saucy G taking on the big tone.
I'm gonna fucking end your life. Great Sasuke continuing the time-honored tradition of ending his life by just diving onto nothing. He tried to go for a senton on the hardest part of the ring. Tony Deppen rolled out of the way, so Sasuke, hardest part of the ring, flat back.
Oh, my back on the hardest part of the ring!
Something I've noticed about, something, not that I've noticed, because obviously if you watch Japanese wrestling enough, you notice how quiet the crowd can get, and that really added to, with how quiet they were, it allows me to hear Tony Deppen's noises. This man just grunts and makes the most weird noises during the match.
I mean, not Iron Mike Sharp levels of grunting, hopefully.
I believe so. I mean, it could have got up there. He was just.
Oh no!
He was just these copious amounts of Like, Tony Deppen, please, we get it. You're an asshole. Stop.
Was he at least doing it in the moves?
No, it was just as he was moving around.
Okay, so it was Iron Mike Sharp levels of
Yeah, it was not during a move. He was walking over to him, just grunting.
He's the big tone. He's got to intimidate them somehow.
I mean, how else would he have built that city on rock and roll without a couple of grunts here and there? Another thing I've noted, Brett Lauderdale, owner of GCW, was on commentary and was having absolutely none of Kevin Gill's commentary.
Good.
Just absolutely having none of it. Kevin Gill made some kind of statement, and Lauderdale just kept going on about the match. It was refreshing to see somebody not play off Kevin Gill.
Yeah. Do I need to put Lauderdale on the best commentators list now? Just
absolutely not, because I'll get into why. When we get to the new Face of War, but as of right now, he's in my good graces.
Okay.
Any final comments before we go into the final spot?
Deppen teabagged the great Sasuke at one point.
Yes.
It's very, very dishonorably put his testicles into that man's face.
Dishonor on you, dishonored on your cow.
Yeah, a complete just scrote rub, a scrote face wash on him.
This is the scrote wash.
The scrote wash. Shades of Trish Stratus from was it Extreme Rules? No, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It was like a week ago. It was like a week ago.
It was like 2 weeks ago. That's when we did the podcast. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was about a week ago.
Lost track of time.
Match ends when the Sasuke locks in the Fujiwara armbar. I was half expecting him to turn it into a disarmer out of nowhere. For the 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, what do you give this match?
I gave it a 70%.
Oh, wow. I also gave it a 70.
I give it a 76.
That's still bell-worthy. Ring that bell.
Jesus
What
fucking
the
Christ.
Ring the gong. Ring the gong.
What the fuck was that?
I slammed a blue moon bottle on my class table.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's a man.
I want to see what would break. Turns out
next.
it's my eardrums.
Up next, we had a 6-man tag team match between G-Raver, Drew Parker, and...
You fucking want a different boy!
Jimmy Lloyd, as they take on Los Macizos and Violento Jack. I'm just gonna make a quick comment about Los Macizos real quick. I've seen their name spelled differently 3 fucking times. On
Los
the show,
Macizos,
it was
of
with an S. On the promotion, it was with the C. On Cage Match, it's with a Z. What the fuck is their name?
Los Macizos, of course, being Cyclope and Miedo Extremo.
Yeah, Extreme Fear.
Yeah, and Cyclops.
With Violento Jack in a serviceable 6-man tag match.
Yeah, serviceable 6-man extreme hardcore deathmatch tag match.
Not the best match we'll see of Los Macizos or of Jimmy Lloyd and Drew Parker or G-Raver.
Any of these guys.
Yeah, you know what? No. This just was not as good of a match as these guys had. There was a glass belly bump.
Yeah,
at one point,
his hair got fucking stuck.
I was about to say that at one point, Drew Parker gets thrown into one of the boards with barbed wire, and his hair gets caught.
Yeah. One of the spots that sticks out to me is out of nowhere. I don't know who he did it to, but Jimmy Lloyd pulled out a fucking bulldog for no reason. Not onto anything, just a random bulldog, which is an old school move you almost never see anymore.
Well, listen, Jimmy Lloyd is one of the best technical wrestlers of our generation.
Fun fact. The bulldog was actually invented by Lex Luger in 1983 in WCW. And it looked just as stupid then as it did now. I don't like the bulldog.
It's a stupid move, unless you do like Sky Too Hot used to do, where you just literally run up and push their face down.
You don't like the one-handed Jericho Bulldog where he just grabs the back of your head and falls, and for some reason you go down with him?
That one's fine too. I like to imagine more as he just quickly slaps the back of your head and you just go down.
Ow!
Motherfucker!
Fuck, Chris.
God, you goddamn midget.
I think there was a part in the match where Jimmy Lloyd took a back bump on a board full of cans.
Oh yeah, there was a cut soda can board.
Yeah, but I mean, just before that, there was a spot, I forgot who it was supposed to take that back bump.
Ciclope.
Yeah, Ciclope was supposed to take that same back bump and just missed. So Jimmy was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
They had a lot of miscommunication with some of the weapons in that match.
Another one.
It really kind of brought down the match quality in a sense.
Yeah.
But then again, it's still a very decent death match between 6 of the most decent.
Yeah. I want to say it was Parker and Extremo. They were on different sides of the ring at some point, both on the top rope, and they yelled "fuck you" at each other and hit 450 splashes onto opponents. That was a cool spot.
That 450 was a lot better than the other 450. I'm going to say that now. Miedo Extremo's first 450, fucking crisp and clean. His second one, face first into the mat. Which I didn't notice until I watched the match again. And it's like, oh shit, there's that giant spot of blood from his head because he just went face first.
Yeah. Do you want? Can I say the finish for this match?
I just wrote down combination. You tell me what the match finish was.
For the finish, I wrote down, and I quote, "Everyone got their shit in for the Honkies win."
Okay, so every honky getting their shit in for the 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, what do you give that match?
I gave it an 83%.
I gave it a 75.
I split that down the middle with a 79. Up next, we have a man from the woods taking on a legend. It's the irresistible force and the immovable object, Daisuke Sekimoto, as he takes on Kyle the fucking beast.
The commentary fucking sucked. They literally said, talk about the irresistible force taking on the immovable object, which is not the phrase, and the irresistible force, I'm pretty sure, is Nia Jax's nickname. So
it was.
I mean, just maybe they know something about. Maybe they know something about KTB that I don't. I thought it was the immovable force taking on the unstoppable object.
No, it's the irresistible force meaning the immovable object.
Never heard that. I've never heard it like that before.
Have you never fucking watched WrestleMania 3?
No. I never really have. I don't go back and watch old wrestling. Because I know it's not going to be that good.
Old D wrestling.
I watch old D wrestling because that's... Wrestling took a curve from the 20s whenever old D wrestling took place. It was at the peak, and then it went down, and then it started hitting the peak again once people realized death matches were awesome.
KTB hit a KTB dive.
Yes.
It's a big boy spear from Daisuke Sekimoto.
You guys know how the Japanese women will shout out wrestlers' names?
God. Oh god.
Like, for example, the in New Japan you'll hear Katy, or like Okada. Well, in this match, I swear to God, I heard Kyle. Kyle.
Who's in love with Kyle the Beast?
Bro.
You can't see it, but I'm raising my hand right now.
Shut the fuck. Put your hand down.
My first notes, which are the most important notes, my first note on this match is KTB looks like an idiot, and he's from the woods.
Yeah, he is from the woods. Thank
That's
you for
all I need to
remembering
know.
that.
Yes, it's very important that
His
you know that he's
gimmick
from the
is that
woods.
he's homeless and has a shitty anchor arms tattoo.
And he also wore face paint.
Anchor arms!
Anchor arms.
Why was he wearing face paint for this match?
Well, okay, so I've done some research. For big matches he's a part of, he does wear face paint. That exact face paint only on half of his face. But it doesn't matter because he got bitched out anyway by a huge suplex.
Yes.
Kyle chops like a bitch. Because there was a spot in the match where Kyle, they got into their chop war, but Daisuke wouldn't move for Kyle's chops. So I just think Kyle chops like a bitch.
Nice.
Yeah, and Kyle was wearing a shirt, too. And Daisuke Sekimoto's chops could still be heard from another continent through the shirt.
Daisuke's a big
And I didn't see any thigh slapping either. That was a legitimate chop.
Daisuke Sakamoto hit that "fuck you" lariat. Any final comments?
Nope.
Nope.
Bridging German suplex for the 1-2-3. Gentlemen, what do you rate this match?
I gave it an 84%.
I gave it an 85 in what is my highest ranked KTB match.
I gave it an 82.
Hmm.
I just couldn't get into it. Up next, we have the hate trash disaster of everybody's favorite wrestler, Schlack, and Eric Ryan.
What
I'm
we can
gonna-
loosely call a wrestler, Markus Crane.
Yes.
Clown face.
The crippler of orphans.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to pull up the fucking nicknames. I know the Crippler of Orphans in there, the Eater of Dreams, the Snowman, the Devil's Big Red Dick. I'll get it on the next one.
Oh yeah. Oh man, she didn't say it until the next show.
Versus Joon Kasai, Toshiyuki Sakuda, and I can't remember Sasaki's first name, so it's Sasaki.
Takashi.
Takashi Really? That's so easy to
Takashi
remember.
Sasaki.
Takashi Sasaki, Toshiyuki Sakuda, and Joon Kasai, a.k.a. them Freedoms Boys.
Hold up. We them boys.
Hold up. Fucking what the hell did Sakuda come out with that fucking mannequin head?
There were skewers in the head, I believe.
Yeah, there's
And a
spears
saw blade!
Oh, and
Yeah,
a saw.
saw blade. Markus Crane came out with a fucking fishing rod.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that here in a couple of seconds.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit, I'm out.
I'm gonna read my notes for a second. One of my notes
riot shield. With
Ooh, oh yeah.
tattoos.
One of my notes is, and I quote, I, Cactus, think Schlack is a better wrestler than Okada.
Well, you, Cactus, may have a point.
Now, I'm not saying Okada has the same matches every time, and Schlack is a constantly evolving wrestler. But for someone to go from El Schlacko to Schlack within a weekend is...
That
takes a lot of skill.
That's not only physical transformation, it's mental preparation.
Exactly. So I'm not saying Okada is worse than Schlack, but PWI 500 comes out today, and if Schlack is anywhere below Okada, we know it's a fake list.
Schlack's not number 0, because he's better than number 1. If he's not number 0, I'm never going to refer to PWI ever again.
Not like we do anyway. Match starts off with a fork in the head to Joon Kasai.
That's how all matches should start.
Then some other stuff.
I have trouble calling back to any other spot except this one spot where I was watching this match with Hash, and I think he can attest to my reaction of Markus Crane getting a skewer put through his lips, or not lips, cheeks. Through one cheek, in the mouth, out the other cheek. And then having a fish hook still attached to the fishing rod put on his bottom lip.
Now, before you go any further, I think they didn't put it on the lip.
Not on the lip?
I think they put it on the rod.
Hooked it up to the skewer? Oh my god.
Which is why when they were spinning around with it, they were going so slow, because at any moment, if they go any fast, that fishing rod can yank that fucking skewer through his cheeks.
Yes. They did the spot very slowly, but that didn't in no way took away from how brutal it looked. Oh my god, I was yelling while watching that.
During that spot where they were spinning with the rod in his mouth, you could hear Schlack audibly yell from the corner, "That's fucking bullshit."
Yeah, you've got three men in the ring, just all coming together to attack Markus Crane, while Markus Crane's teammates stand on the apron.
That's fucking bullshit.
And audibly make their disgust known.
Fucking bullshit.
I want to go back earlier in the match real quick, because I do want to talk about the Schlackabama Slam real quick. That was it. I just wanted to say it. I wrote the note Schlackabama Slam, and I wanted to say it.
Well, I'm gonna go even further back, and there was a spot near the beginning of the match where Markus Crane was supposed to get military pressed by Schlack and thrown outside.
Oh God!
Markus Crane, being an absolute fucking idiot, sandbags Schlack like a goddamn caveman. Like, has this guy not fucking worked at all? How does he have a job?
Him 3 times. This podcast, we're going to talk about Markus Crane 3 times!
And we get to keep talking about how shitty of a wrestler Markus Crane is, but, props to him for turning that into his gimmick.
How do you sandbag somebody when you're just going to get tossed into somebody else?
I love Markus Crane's personality. To me, he is one of the funniest people I follow on Twitter. As a wrestler, he wasn't lying when the first line I ever saw of him was, "Hey, quit being a shitty deathmatch guy who can't wrestle. That's my gimmick."
He lives that gimmick.
I should have believed him.
Maybe that's his gimmick. Maybe he's a fantastic wrestler. Just he tries to work his gimmick of being shitty.
Markus got bitched the entire match. He just
Markus took like 70% of the offense in this match.
Yeah. One of my favorite spots, one of my favorite quotes from myself is the Fish 1-9 when Markus Crane got 619 with the fish hook in his mouth.
Oh, by Sakuda? That was a cool spot.
Yeah.
The fork board came into effect. Not as bad as the fork block, but once again, we'll get into that later. Match ends with a double underhook for the 1-2-3. Gentlemen, what do you rate this match?
I rated a 92%, and I also just want to say one more thing about this. During the match, Toshiyuki brought out his fucking weird head thing, to which, what's his name? Kevin whatever, yelled, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" And Lauderdale answered, "It's the bitch!"
It's the bitch! Alright, Brett Lauderdale would have been in contention for Best Announcer of the Year, had it not been for New Face of War.
So yeah, 92%.
I gave this match an 88.
I split you down the middle with an 89. More towards Ray's side than splitting it down the middle, but
yeah,
whatever.
After the match, Jun Kasai pile drived Toshiyuki Suzuki. Toshiyuki
Sakuda.
Yeah, Sakuda. There it is. Toshiyuki Sakuda.
Which I assume leads to something in Freedom's storyline. I don't know. Sakuda seems like the kind of guy who's, like, really against tradition. Almost like the Kenta of Freedoms.
It plays into the end of the event the night after.
And if anybody's wondering why we keep talking about the other event that happened, it was a lot better.
It was.
Up next, we had Joey Janella and the Invisible Man taking on Kikutaro and his partner, Invisible Man Stan, as he called him.
I have so many notes for this match, and I don't really want to talk about any of it.
I have 2 notes. Ray?
Oh, honestly, I didn't take anything down for this match.
Alright! So we can just shoot straight into the finish. After loads of fucking random combat, we have, how many flips?
A lot.
1, 2, 3.
One of the commentators said 18, so I went with that.
18, alright, so I don't even want to count how many degrees that was, but 18 flips for the 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, what do you rate this match?
What can you rate this match? 69.
Yeah, honestly, there was no other number on my mind but 69.
Alright. Alright. I also gave it a 69. However, after the match, Kikutaro cut a promo. Everyone was happy. Everyone thought Kikutaro made a face turn. When then he pulls out a fucking gun and guns down fucking Joey Janella.
He just straight up murders Joey Janella in front of the crowd. He's like, "Here, Joey, say some stuff for Japan." Joey gets on the mic, "Konnichiwa," and then just gets shot in the back like 7 times with a 6-shooter.
Wait, your math doesn't add up there.
Your math doesn't add up.
Oh my god. Yeah, so, gentlemen, what do you rate that after segment?
Well, that wasn't the entire segment. After Joey Janella had been murdered,
out.
the great Sasuke comes out, heals Joey Janella,
And then Janella kicks him in the dick.
and then Joey Janella kicks him in the dick.
For the 1, 2, 3, what do you rate that after segment?
And after, and while he was leaving, Sasuke just simply said, tomorrow.
Ah.
Yes. I rate that after segment 100%. That's the only thing you can rate it.
Perfect
in every way.
Literally, a man was shot to death and then brought back to life in the span of like 2 minutes.
Yes, he was shot to death by a masked Japanese man and brought back to life by a different masked Japanese man.
And then proceeded to kick said masked Japanese man in the dick. 100%.
Yeah. Honestly, Joey Janela's getting back in my good graces.
As the law of cool averages shows, every other week, we change our opinion.
Look,
now we love it.
I'm waiting until All Out. Alright? Once All Out happens, we'll know. We'll absolutely know what the fuck I think of Joey Janela and Darby Allin and Jimmy Havoc in the Cracker Barrel Clash. I really
want them to bring back the Cracker Barrel.
They will. You think it won't be in that match?
Yeah, you know damn well it's gonna be. I also hope it goes into the main event where he'll put it over Jericho, and Jericho will be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" And then Hangman just buckshot lariat through the Cracker Barrel, like the barrel shatters, and then Hangman Page gets rolled up for the 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I want either Awesome Kong or Aja Kong to throw the barrel.
Oh my god, we could get the Kongs.
Yeah.
King Kongs.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking Donkey Kong he could throw the barrel at Evil Uno. Perfect.
All right, let's stop talking about a show that hasn't happened yet and get back to a show that already happened.
All right, as we go into the main event of the evening, as the Tournament of Death Tournament of Survival 2019 winner Alex Cologne takes on Crazy Kid Masashi Takeda. Oh my god! I loved this match.
It was a pretty good match.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Takeda, one of my favorite deathmatch wrestlers, and he can actually work. If you don't believe me, seek out Bloodsport 2 and watch his match against Jonathan Gresham. That match right there, if that doesn't prove to you that some deathmatch guys can actually work and aren't all just Markus Crane. Alright, so we start off the match. Jimmy Lloyd joins Kevin Gill on commentary and is very quiet. They're doing their best golf commentary impersonation as to not disturb the crowd.
It's odd when whispering is even more distracting than just yelling, like they usually do.
Right? So they swing some glass tubes at each other, hit each other. Takeda throws a couple on the ground and does his classic, I'm just gonna fucking senton this for no reason, onto him. Then they pulled out a butcher knife, and I want to say a pruner.
I don't know.
It looked like a sword.
Yeah, that blade that Takeda pulls out, it looks like a tree pruner. So I think he pulled out a tree pruner to the butcher blade.
It was
a
pretty
literal
curved.
blade job.
We had a knife fight in this match.
Yeah.
I just wrote board. I don't know what that one meant. There was probably a board spot.
See, there was a Takeda top rope flying, flipping senton onto Cologne on the outside on a broken light board.
Oh, that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
The crazy kid doing crazy things. There was a gusset plate on a handle.
Yeah.
Which he used to cut open Cologne's arm, which, my least favorite spot, he grabbed a bottle of wasabi and just fucking sprayed it right onto fucking the wound.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty nasty.
But then we had
a cactus spot.
Yes, we had the best spot of the match, where our boy Cactus, our boy Cactus was there.
Hell yeah.
He neglected to tell us that he was going to Japan.
It was short notice. That's why there was no.
Announcement.
No, that's why there wasn't a podcast last week.
Because Cactus was in Japan.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
We had a mushroom stomp onto a cactus. Like,
Okay, so before that, he put the tubes there. So he did the mushroom stuff, or he did. Technically, it's called the Warrior's Way because fucking low key invented it. So the Warrior's Way onto some glass tubes onto the rim of the terracotta pot that was holding a cactus.
It looked fucking gross.
it was fucking gross.
Then these guys just kept doing a bunch of shit. I just kept asking, what is it gonna take to put either of these men down? There was a butcher knife, glass meteora. The butcher knife board fucking irritates me.
Yeah.
Because I can feel it.
Yeah, no, everybody's been cut before, and just to fucking land on a knife board and have somebody else go through you, through the knife board is just fucking gross.
And then finish of the match, Alex Cologne flips the board over onto Takeda and does a diving leg drop onto the Butcher Blade board for the 1-2-3. Gentlemen, what do you rate this match?
I rate a 97.
I gave this a 95.
And what is one of many, I gave it 100. I know, crucify me if you wish.
I will.
But I just really liked the match.
It was a very good match. I don't blame you. And it was a fun match, and they pulled out stuff you don't normally see, like cactuses and wasabi.
Yeah. I just wish they had a bucket of salt.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Hanma. You crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah, so on to the cool rating. I rated this event a getting drunk percent. You know, the first drink is okay, not great, okay, and every drink gets better and better and better. And by the end of the night, you know, there's bodily fluids everywhere, broken shit everywhere, but you had a good time.
That's fucking gross.
That is probably one of the most accurate cool ratings you've ever given.
Thank you.
Do feel like, man, as we move on to the G1 Climax 2019 finals, because I'm not talking about all those fucking worthless tag matches. As Jay White takes on Koda. Holy shit, when did he get that jacked, Ibushi? And holy shit, when did he get that jacked?
He's fucking huge.
He's always been that jacked.
Really?
No, he hasn't.
No, he has not.
You go to the CWC from fucking 2 years ago and you tell me he's been that fucking jacked.
For the past year, at least, he's been that jacked. It's
No,
just,
he hasn't.
like, every single time I see him, it's surprising.
Fun fact about this. Fun fact about the G1 real quick before we talk about the finals. Apparently, Kota Ibushi got 1 hour of sleep for 2 days. And he wrestled both of those days. He's just like, hey, I wanted to see if I could do it. Kota Ibushi is fucking insane.
He is
Kota
a crazy
Ibushi
man.
is also, I suppose, the first person to ever win the G1, the best of the Super Juniors, and what was it, the Super J Cup?
I think it was the New Japan Cup.
New Japan Cup.
It
Yes.
also could have been the Super J Cup.
One of those two things.
he's the first person to win those three, beat one or the other, not sure, but the first person to never do it.
Way to spoil a fucking match that's 2 weeks old.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Red Shoes didn't want to hear any of the Bullet Club's antics and kicked them all out. And then he kicked Gato out.
Oh yeah,
And
Gato.
Gato comes back later and Red Shoes just lets him in.
Don't worry, I won't interfere in this match. You can make the rest of Bullet Club leave, but I won't interfere. Okay, Gato, I trust you, but if I see anything, you're gone. Okay. 2 minutes into the match, he grabs Kota's foot. That's it, you're gone.
He's like, what are you talking about? I was just giving him a friendly pat on the leg.
Giving him a little bit of a good luck kiss.
I'm sorry, it's my fetish is acting up again. I see a foot, I just want to grab it.
Fucking Gato. You
That's a
damn
foot
foot fetishist.
Hey, we don't kink shame here on the Cool Wrestling Podcast.
Right on the cheeks. I don't know what that meant, but something happened right on the cheeks. Once again, another what's it gonna take, because this match was going on for quite a bit. And if it hadn't been for just something, this match would have been 100%.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go. Anybody have anything else to say?
It was
All
a
right, so
pretty
we
good
go
match.
into the finish as Kota Ibushi does his best Mance Warner impersonation, knee pad up, knee pad down, with the knee right to Jay White for the 1, 2, 3. What do y'all rate this match?
I gave it a 99%.
Damn, I gave it a 96.
Where's the Gregorian chanting? Because I gave it a 99%.
Ooh.
I guess
All right,
that
that's
works.
it. That's your
Yeah.
G1 Climax. Cactus, what's the cool rating for the G1 Climax?
It was an amusement park percent. A lot of fucking waiting in line for the ride, but the ride's pretty damn good. You just the line kind of made it almost not worth it.
I'll agree. Up next, we had ICW Milwaukee and their Insane 8 tournament. Holy shit, I'm glad I didn't spend a single dollar on this. But I wish I had my fight credit money back.
Yeah.
Because holy fuck, it was terrible.
It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't up to the standards
Look.
we usually set.
It had 2 Markus Crane matches.
It was awful. It was the worst event of the year.
It had 2 Markus Crane matches. One of them wasn't even really a match.
Well, you can't recall any Markus Crane match that he's just one-on-one with somebody, a match.
Oh, Jesus. All right, we're going to blast through this card because the less I talk about this, the happier I'm going to be. Rate your cool rating.
The cool rating is a PG-13 horror movie percent. It showed some of the stuff, but it was very toned down and just not that fun because of how toned down it was. For a deathmatch tournament, you want to see deathmatch spots. You don't want to see just the stuff you could see in any hardcore match on the indies.
Yeah, they were even. I think we didn't get a Lego spot. I'm not sure, but I remember specifically Hash mentioning something along the lines of he wants a Mega Bloks spot. Do you remember that?
No, I said when we finally start our own wrestling company, instead of Legos, because we can't afford it, we're going to have the Lego or the Mega Bloks match.
Yes. Mega Bloks death match, boys. Coming to a town near you.
Yep.
Yeah. It's honestly like going to a magic show and seeing that, oh shit, they got that thing where he's gonna cut an assistant in half. I hope they do that and it doesn't get done.
Yeah.
Or it's like, okay. It's like last year. If you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and you're like, man, you know, this whole shit with Le'Veon Bell's going down. I still hope I get to see him. I've been saving up all my money so I could finally see my favorite player, Le'Veon Bell. And Le'Veon Bell sits out the entire season.
Yeah. Well, at least they had their second favorite running back, Kareem Hunt.
The Steelers don't.
You know, I'm
making a joke 'cause he
I was
wasn't in the-
I was gonna make a reference that worked. At least we still have Antonio Brown.
I just want to put Kareem Hunt.
At
in
least
there,
my
man.
quarterback.
I just
At
want
least
my
my-
helmet back.
At least my quarterback's never allegedly attempted to rape someone in a bathroom stall. At least
Give me what I want. What do you want? Give me what I want.
At least
What do you want, Antonio? I want my fucking helmet back.
Well, with all this, at least they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, they still have Juju, and that's something.
Jesus fucking Christ. We move on back to Tokyo, Japan. After leaving Japan to go to Milwaukee, we go right back to fucking Japan. For
No,
the
we
new
never left
face-
Japan.
Milwaukee
We're in the
is
fucking
in Japan.
Milwaukee preset.
Yes,
Yeah.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin in Japan.
Yeah.
We do the new face of war, more like new face of snore. We start off with
Please say
KTB
psych.
and Tony Tapan taking on Shigehiro Irie. Shut the fuck up, Kevin. It's Irie! Irie! And Kikutaro.
Yeah.
I-
Kevin
Didn't really care about this match.
Yeah,
Gill was a fucking idiot.
I feel like we have to mention that every single podcast.
Yeah, we
What, that
do.
Kevin Gill's a fucking idiot?
Yes.
Keep him away from major wrestling companies. He and GCW for that matter. I don't care if you commentate on fucking Juggalo champion shit wrestling. Shit is in the name. But you stay away from my good wrestling.
This was, for the most part, this was your typical Kikutaro match.
No,
KTB almost fucking killed himself.
It wasn't your standard Kikutaro match because there was no fingers up the ass.
Oh,
There wasn't.
Oh yeah, there wasn't.
It pissed me off.
Well, damn.
That reminds me. That in the last event, in Worst Behavior, Kikutaro didn't stick any of his fingers in the Invisible Man's ass.
Maybe
What the
Kikutaro
fuck
was
is
just.
going on?
They're in
happened-
Bizarro Land. They're in Japan. Things
He
are
turned
different.
heel. He
Oh,
turned
that's
heel,
right.
and now
He turned
yeah.
heel.
Now he
Match
can't
ends
stick
with
his
a
fingers
beast
up people's
salt
ass.
after a complete fucking missed moonsault.
Again, KTB completely fucking Brock Lesnar'd himself and almost died on a moonsault.
What a fucking asshole.
At least
But he
Brock
hits the
was doing
lion
a.
salt,
At least Brock was doing a fucking shooting star.
which is basically just a moonsault with extra steps.
Yeah. So
That's all it is.
he oh god, he landed like on his neck, but then got up and did the lion salt and won. It was just what the
Yeah,
fuck?
he was like, I almost broke my neck like Brock Lesnar. What's the chance I could break my neck like Hayabusa?
yeah.
Oh God.
He went.
Jesus.
He went for the
Christ.
brace. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
he didn't get it.
So gentlemen, what do you rate this match?
I give it a 57.
I gave it a 55.
Hey, I also gave it a 55.
Hey, ring the fucking bell!
Do you want me to? Do you fucking
No.
want me to?
No. Oh,
said no.
Jesus, that thing's gonna break.
We move on as Masashi Takeda, Alex Cologne, and Eric Ryan take on Sasaki, Kodaka, and Violento Jack.
Yeah, this match was pretty good. I like this match.
They have to tag in.
Yeah, someone.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, no. Same thing happened with the last match on
This is
Worst
fucking
Behavior.
bullshit.
Listen,
With I think it's just Violento Jack. He does this to the ref.
despite being a death match, there are rules. Okay, rules to be had. You must stand on the apron, and by that I mean the Americans have to stand on the apron because they're the only ones that were following the rules.
The fourth
What rules?
block-
It's a death match.
So they had this like cinder block type foam block made out of forks in it, and it got stuck in Eric Ryan's back. I think around the same spot where he got punctured
Yeah,
by
commentary
the shopping
actually
cart.
referenced that too, about how he
Yeah.
recently had almost died from a spot similar to that.
Yeah, I will say, in this event, apart from the racism that's going to come later, the commentary was much better. They had one of my favorite calls of the night, which when the Asian crew were beating down the honkies, plus one Asian, I think
No.
they had Cologne at one
No,
point.
Takeda's a honky. You've
Okay.
already said it. You've already
Okay.
said it.
I think they're all beating down Cologne, and he would like Kevin Gill was trying to call the match, and he just turned and he's like, the referee just fucking doing nothing, and it made me giggle.
Yeah, yes. So after Eric Ryan had taken a nice fork knight to the back,
Barbed wire package package power bomb. Stole it from Kevin Owens. Then a swanton for the 1-2-3. Gentlemen, what do you rate this match?
I gave it an 82%.
I gave it an 80.
83. All right.
The biggest drawback for this match was that with the white guy side, it seems like they were just taking turns about who's getting the spots taken on them. There was no fluidity, like with the Kodaka, Sasuke, and Violento Jack side. It was just Cologne was in, then Ryan was in. Oh, sorry, then Takeda was in, then Ryan was in, and that was it.
It just more or less seemed like the other team had more better chemistry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those guys work with each other in Freedoms year round.
Yeah, so they had better chemistry working together, and the other ones just didn't.
Yeah, they're just like, literally you could cut the match in thirds.
Yeah.
And give each fucking wrestler on one side their own part.
Up next, we had... Are you gonna make the fucking call?
God, I keep forgetting. You fucking with a different boy!
Jimmy Lloyd as he takes on Drew Parker and Toshiyuki Sakuda. Sakuda flipped him off. That's how you knew this match was gonna be something. That wheelbarrow facebuster into a German suplex. I swear to God, I came up with that move years ago as a tag finish I wanted to have, and now I'm seeing it everywhere, and now it makes me think I didn't come up with the move.
No, they stole from you. They knew.
I guess. There was a couple spots into the match. Toshiyuki Sakuda pulls out a Super Famicom with a golf game, and Michinoku drivers Jimmy Lloyd onto the Super Famicom.
Oh yeah, then he pulled out the cartridge and blew into it and then put it back in.
Well, Sakuda was actually the one to get slammed onto the Famicom. Jimmy Lloyd reversed it. One of my favorite typos of the event was Sakuda getting clammed onto the Super Famicom instead of slammed.
I wrote Codebreaker.
Ha
We had the
say about
spot
that?
where
Lots of innovative tag moves.
yeah, in a non-tag match.
Yeah. Now we go to the best spot of the match. Yay! As Sakuda gets a tattoo needle skewer through both cheeks, a lot less smoothly than Markus Crane, mind you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And, it hurts. Then Drew Parker comes right into Jimmy Lloyd with some bamboo skewers. And then Sakuda grabs the needle that Drew Parker came out with, the syringe, puts it through his neck, and squirts.
I could only assume that it was water or something, but it was still
It was water.
fucking
And it reminds-
disgusting seeing that shoot out of his neck.
Thumbtack Jack. It reminds me of Thumbtack Jack. I miss Thumbtack Jack.
See, that's the secret. That was the secret to the syringe. It was actually bone-hurting juice.
Oh no!
My bones!
Well, thank God it didn't go into his system. Otherwise, his bones would have hurt.
Speaking of bones hurting, the triangle light tube spot, where they're just standing in a triangle, 1, 1, 1. All of them get hit with the light tube. Then a Styles Clash through glass onto Sakuda for the 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, what do you rate this match?
Downvote me if you want, but I gave it an 89%.
Oh.
Wow. It's almost like you watched the fucking Blake Christian Alex Zane match.
I gave it a 90.
I gave it 100.
Yeah, no, you enjoyed it. There you go. A 90 does not mean that I did not enjoy this fucking match.
No, it meant that you didn't enjoy this match. I know that
Worst match
89
I've ever seen.
That 89 is a complete knock on me.
I can't believe they had 3 Markus Cranes facing off against each other.
Oof! Ah! Eh! Eh!
Even
Up
I
next we
wouldn't
had-
go as far to say that. That's hurtful to hear.
Up next we had, speaking of Markus Crane, up next we had the Hate Trash Disaster taking on Los Mazizos.
I'm gonna steal something that you said during this match. Is that Shaq brings the hate, and then Markus Crane is a trash disaster.
That's great. I'm glad you came up with that, Cactus.
I know. I'm the best.
Damn, that hurts. That hurts. Fucked up corner spot. Double fish hooks. Ciclope's like, hold on, stop attacking me, have this bucket. And Markus Crane's like, oh, hey, look, a bucket, what I've always
Oh, free
wanted. What's
bucket.
in this bucket? Oh, it's bottle glass!
Markus Crane was like, usually they give me a hot dog and a handshake during these, but a bucket?
I have a singular note for this match, and it's just Weed Whacker with 3 exclamation marks.
He poured dry ice onto a tube, then the Weed Whacker, then a fucking dat from top onto dry ice, and a snap Rikishi driver for the 1, 2, 3. What do you rate the match?
I get 100%. I love this match. It was a fantastic match. Markus Crane is my favorite wrestler. I
You
love
say
him.
psych. I gave this also a 90.
I gave it 100.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's a big part of this GCW in Japan show. I fucking loved 4 matches to death. So I just want to ask a quick question, because I feel like we've passed the match by this point. Have we gotten to the part where Brett Lauderdale says "hoary shit" yet?
Yes.
That was during this match. This was after the Weed Whacker spot.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, hoary shit indeed. That's why Brett Lauderdale isn't on the fucking best commentator of the year.
Well, we can make a most racist commentator of the year list.
Brett Lauderdale! We move on. As tomorrow comes today, as Joey Janella takes on the great Sasuke.
Yes.
Did you like my Gorillas reference?
Sure.
Did either of you get the Gorillas reference?
What's a gorilla?
All right. The right board is broken.
We opened this match with a force bitch slap, and Joey countered it.
Yes, I had to watch this event twice because my notes got lost in the mail, and I admired more the beginning of this match than before because of Joey Janela countering some of the Sasuke's signature spots, like the force use and the Zen kip-ups. It was intriguing. I like that about this, how Joey Janela now has him scouted because they wrestled before.
Yeah, it was a good bit of psychology.
Yeah, so yeah, the Great Sasuke tried to do the mind control arm drag, and Joey Janela cartwheeled through it. And then later on, Sasuke was doing those Zen kippos we mentioned before in the last event, and Joey Janela drop kicked his ass.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate them doing that.
Joey broke both his neck and his dick.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Missed Swanton to the floor, going again with the great tradition of Great Sasuke trying to end his life. And I mean, everybody thinks like I don't know. He constantly tries to fucking kill himself in the ring, and nobody bats an eye.
Well, I'm beginning to see that that's his shtick. He's immortal, and just wants to die. He's trying to kill himself in the ring. He's just incapable of it.
The match ends with a diving drop kick to the arm while Joey Janela was down.
We had a call out to our favorite boy, our favorite juggalo, Superhuman, in this match when Joey went for the Superhuman elbow, and commentary mentioned how, in a way, the great Sasuke is also a superhuman, but with only one end.
When you said a call out to the favorite boy, until you said our favorite juggalo, I thought you were talking about the spot where Joey Janela yells, "Fuck Jim Cornette" before hitting a DVD.
Yeah, that's my favorite juggalo, Jim Cornette. Whoop, 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 Jim. Whoop, whoop.
Jim Cornette loves the Insane Clown Posse.
Which just means I hate him that much more. Gentlemen, what do you rate this match?
I gave it a 76.
Oh.
Even after watching it again.
I gave it an 85. I liked this match.
Well, I liked it more than you, Ray. I gave it an 86.
Hey! Ring the one-up bell. I've been one-upped.
Cactus, find a one-up sound effect for Super Mario and put that there. That's not it! Up next, we had G-Raver taking on Joon Kasai in... Ooh, yeah. G-Raver's second best match of the year, aside from the one where he tried to kill himself, and the other one where he tried to kill himself.
And the one where he almost succeeded.
Jesus fucking Christ, G-Raver. G-Raver has had redemption arc of the year for me.
He's still alive. I'm glad he's still alive.
This match was great. Like, amazing.
I mean, at the Tournament of Survival, the barbed wire breaks and he gets a concussion. At Backyard Wrestling, which was like a week or two after fucking he gets a massive concussion, he jumps off the roof of a house. And now he's taking on Joon Kasai in the Freedom's Ring, a place where every deathmatch wrestler wants to be. Japan is the be-all, end-all for deathmatch wrestling. And to see him succeed in this way has really warmed my heart. And we're going to kick off the match with the broken tube on his dick.
Yeah. Joon Kasai. Joon Kasai has G-Raver in the corner, and he's hitting him over the head with the light tubes. One of them, then a second one, and the third one, he just drops it and lifts it up and hits G-Raver in the dick. It's a great spot.
Yeah, and he kicks it. He breaks the light tube on his pee-pee.
There was a swanton onto the ramp, which looked nasty.
A lot of this match looked nasty.
G-Raver does a double jump, and then fucking Jin Kasai throws a light tube chair at his head.
Nothing better than someone throwing a weapon at them, especially when it's a chair, and now, especially when it's covered in light tubes.
There were broken terracotta pots, which I don't know if you've ever, kind of felt the sharp edge of a terracotta pot. It doesn't feel, pleasing at all to touch. It feels dry.
I haven't, and I'm kind of happy I haven't.
Yeah, no.
There were a few spots
through that weird glass thing.
Oh yeah, there were a few spots where Joon Kasai gave G-Raver a pile driver, but Joon Kasai took the entire brunt of the glass tubes to his ass. He took all the impact, and commentary's playing it off as if. I get it, glass shatters, and it could still get him. But Joon Kasai's ass took all that bump.
There was that butcher knives.
Ray, next thing you're going to say is that wrestling's fake.
Nani? My favorite thing that Joon Kasai does is he'll either break a light tube and he'll just rub it across his chest before he dives.
Or he gets a fucking butcher knife.
And it runs it across his chest before he dives. Which he does, gets a 2 count, picks up G-Raver, Kenny Omega! One-winged angel.
Which G-Raver kicks out of.
If only G-Raver pulled out a Rainmaker. If only he did. Eat your heart out, Okada Omega. And this match ends with a double underhook pile driver, the J-Driller, whatever the fuck you want to call it, for the 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, what do you rate this fucking match?
That is a double underhook pile driver after the kiss of death.
Oh yes, yeah. After that long, sensual smooch.
Yeah, I had to pause it and take care of some business.
And one more thing before we get on to the ratings. Remember how you were talking about how much you hated the meat cleaver board? Well, we had light tubes that essentially were put together to be a board and had meat cleavers on them. And
Oh yeah, how did you not talk about that spot? That spot was awesome. Where they had the meat cleaver board, meat cleaver light tube bundle, and Kasai puts it on G-Raver. Sorry, G-Raver puts on Kasai and goes to the top rope to do a senton, and before he jumps off, Kasai turns around and puts his knees up.
Ugh.
So not only is he taking his knees, but he's also taking the light tubes and the cleavers off the top rope dive. It was disgusting.
This entire card was just phenomenally disgusting, and I need to hear the ratings.
100%.
I also gave it a 100. I fucking
holy
this
shit,
match.
Boys! It's the Triforce.
We finally did it.
100.
We finally did it.
The Triforce is complete.
Podcast over. We're done. We can retire after this one.
All right.
It's been real, everyone. In fact, the sheer power of us all having a 100 rating has raised Dorian up to a category 10. Both Cactus and I will be dead by next week. Podcast is canceled.
Yeah, it also has connected our friendship again. I'm now friends with these guys again, after such heinous comments earlier.
I cannot wait to ruin it.
What is the cool rating?
The cool rating is a perfectly cooked steak percent. It's bloody, it's messy, it's a little tough in some areas, but it's goddamn great, and just, it wouldn't be as great without the blood and the mess. Phenomenal.
Medium rare steaks are the best steaks.
Yes.
All right, tune us in for the next podcast as we talk about Cardiff, as we talk about All Out, as we talk about 2 Cup Stuffed, and maybe, if there's time, we're going to talk about New Japan's Royal Quest. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been the Hash Brown Kid. That's Cactus. That's Ray. And have yourself a fan-fucking-tastic night, you worthless scumbags.